and we go to those 4, now 5 red lights for the Monaco Grand Prix, and we're off. You can just see we've got a Sauber holding up Rosberg. That's a blessing in disguise for us, because the F1 gods have treated us to a bit of blue flags here at Monaco, and we're going to make it. We lock up on the left tyre, go right round the outside. Rosberg's given us the room, so fair play to him. But we just, he's tapped his rear tyre on the last corner, so we're right side by side, but we just can't get the straight line speed there. You can see, even with DRS, it's no use, so we are going to have to try and make this move in a corner.
The Formula One season made its way across the Atlantic, and overcast conditions for the start of first practice did little to dull the view of the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. Nico Hülkenberg went for an early spin.
Been a good season for Hülkenberg, but that was a bit of a mistake. He simply put a wheel on the grass, and how often we have seen that here in Canada. So easy to make a little mistake.
Yeah, I can't get out of second gear.
Oh dear, now his teammate retired from the race with gearbox issues in Monaco. Absolutely. Ted Kravitz, new, modified, upgraded, improved Honda engine, and it's stuck in second gear. And what has happened here? Hamilton has had a little spin, which I'm sure will be absolutely beautiful to see for the man going right past him there, which was Nico Rosberg, and then Lewis spins the car around a little bit more than he might have wanted, but at least he can see the cars coming his way, and after Danny Kvyat, he can get back on the track again. And the gap out in front for Hamilton was 0.4 of a second in the end to his teammate Nico Rosberg. Still Bahrain, the only time. The last 12 Grand Prix in which Mercedes haven't topped a session. Romain Grosjean has his best practice session, or a first practice session of the season. I think Nico Hülkenberg does as well, with the 4th fastest. Sebastian Vettel, the first of the non-Mercedes powered cars, 5th fastest for him.
Hey the guys, over here. Welcome back to my F1 2015 career mode with Jenson Button. We're back with part number 6 today for the Canadian Grand Prix. Part number 5 at Monaco, uploaded a few days ago, was a really awesome race for us. I won't spoil it for you, but if you haven't seen that yet, here's your chance. Pause the video now, go check it out by clicking my name underneath the video. But yeah, great result for us at Monaco, and well, we'll see what we can do here at Canada. Obviously, very high-speed circuit, but Canada is now one of my favourite circuits on this game. As I said before in Season 1 with Canada, it used to be my all-time favourite circuit to drive, but then on 2014 I felt it got ruined a little bit by the way the game handled. But on this year's game, I'm finding the groove back in Canada and really enjoying it once more. It's a really flowing circuit, really fast corners. When you nail the chicanes, it feels just really fantastic. So I'm really looking forward to this Grand Prix actually, even though we may be lagging a little bit on the straights. But you know, we can make it up in the corners. There is plenty of time to make up, because you see all these swooping corners where the speed differential in the Honda power unit compared to, you know, the Mercedes one, the Renault, and the Ferrari won't be too much of a, you know, a bad thing. It'll just be down these back straights and down this pit straight where we'll be lagging a little bit. But the AI aren't too great into the chicane and out the chicane, so we may not even lag too much on the pit straight. It may just be the back straights. We'll have to see. But anyway, meanwhile, we've been going quite well in qualifying. As you can see right now, we're in P2. It's getting a little bit overcast. It's actually starting to, the Jeff told me that it was going to rain at the end of the session, so I want to get all the laps done quickly as possible. So we're in the middle of the session right now. Right now we're still in P2, and people have set their lap times. So at the moment, I'm cautiously very optimistic as we come through the final chicane very aggressively across the line, and we improve our time with a 1:14.434, I think that is, and that is going to be second place at the Canadian Grand Prix for qualifying. That is just mind-boggling. That is just amazing. And it's not like the AI were going slowly. They were going very much fast. I think they were pretty much similar times to Season 1, and we have just pulled that lap out of the bag, and that is second place in a McLaren Honda at Canada, the high-speed, low-aero circuit. That is absolutely awesome, and that sets us up for a great race. Who knows what we can do from second place. I have a feeling we'll find it tough, but you know what? I'm praying for some rain. We got some rain at the end of qualifying. If we get some rain right, in the race tomorrow and Sunday, that'll be perfect, F1 God. So yeah, we'll go to the race and let's see what we can do. So here we are for the Canadian Grand Prix. This is what the grid looks like. We've got Fernando Alonso down in 18th place, so he's had quite a poor qualifying. But we must say, you've got also Sainz down there in last place, so a very mixed up bag down at the lower end of the grid. But up front, it's pretty much the same thing, apart from, there you go, Jenson Button in second place. Awesome to see him back there. You know, as you guys know, big Jenson Button fan, obviously, for many, many years, and it does mean a lot more to me this season when we're getting these results, more so than any other driver, because it is my driver. So it feels very nice to see him back there up in second place. We managed to get him in Canada, but here we are on the grid, and we're going now to 5 red lights for the Canadian Grand Prix. 4, now 5 red lights, and we are off, and Hamilton gets a very, very good start there. He shoots off like a bullet. We're going to try and block off Sebastian Vettel, who gets a good start. He's up into second, but we go right around the outside of him into second place. Fair move right around the outside. He just really got squeezed into the apex there. He did have the run on me, but he looks like he's actually going to have the run on me again here. He tries it down the inside. He's still side by side with us. We just go around the outside of him. So we've done pretty well, you must say, to stay in second place. I was about to say get into second place, but we've done well to stay in second place. Unfortunately, we couldn't get Hamilton off pole, but I think that would have just been sort of like dreaming, maybe, because I don't think I've had a good start on this game yet. I don't think I've seen anyone have a good start. No one's recorded themselves having a good start and overtaking someone without traction control on. So we've gone around the outside of Sebastian Vettel there. He tried to make another move down the inside. So Vettel going for the inside moves. But again, you know, much like we did back in like Australia to Perez, and you know, countless times this season, we've just gone right around the outside of the AI in the braking zones. So right now, second place. Vettel is right behind us still, but Hamilton, as you can see, I can't even see him already down the back straight. So he's already getting away from us. Vettel pulls to the left-hand side, and he may have us here. He's not even got DRS, and he's pulled past us. But can we break down hard into the chicane? Yes, we can. We make the apex stick, and we are back into second place. So having to fight really, really hard here against Sebastian Vettel to try and fend him off. But we have successfully fended off second place for now. But we're looking at a replay now of the start here. So you can see there, we squeeze Vettel really hard to the left-hand side of the track. Then move over to the racing line. You can see Vettel actually cut turn 1 a little bit, and we just swoop around the outside for second place. So no harm done there. So pretty clean, nice move on Vettel to keep second place. There, you can just see he tries to move there. We go side by side as the camera cuts away, and we just about keep it into second place, just going quite aggressively on the curb on the left-hander. So Hamilton there, you can see he's already pulling away through these corners. The brake discs are glowing quite nicely there on the McLaren. But you can see the gap. Look at that. The gap is already so much to Hamilton at this point on lap 1. And Vettel once more, and Rosberg also looking at the move maybe. He moves to the outside very aggressively there. Rosberg moves around us, behind us. But Vettel tries to move down the inside. Just didn't work. We went right around the outside, very much like the move we made on Perez in round 1 at Australia. But coming to the hairpin, you can see a train is always starting to form of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars, I think that is, behind us. But look at that. The gap to Hamilton so big. And then here, even without DRS, the Ferrari engine just really comes up on us. Very realistic indeed. That Honda not very good in this game. I'm praying that they patch in the Hungary performance very soon for the Honda engine when they use the full ERS power at Hungary. But we managed to defend quite well from Vettel. He goes very slow on the exit of that chicane. You can see the entire grid going through that chicane. Nice panning shot of the replay cameras. But we got onto the live action now. We got cut onto lap 8 now. So not much has happened since we've joined us. But we've gone purple now on lap 9. So this McLaren just set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. And as you can see, we're actually closing the gap on Hamilton. It looks a lot closer now physically. And we are getting away from Vettel. It's now 3.2 the gap is behind us. So we're getting very, very close. As you can see now on the right-hand side, I'm actually asking for the weather forecast. As you can see, it's getting so overcast compared to the race start. And Jeff has actually told me that heavy rain is expected very soon, you know, later on in the race. So lap 12 now, we are catching Hamilton. And you can see there is some spray. There is some spray coming off. And now onto the end of lap 12, we can see we're right behind Hamilton. Hamilton is really struggling. Our engine is overheating a little bit, so that's a little bit worrying. But as you can see, the sprays of the kind of lines of water are coming down our cockpit towards the wheel. A very, very nice touch for the F1 game. It makes it a lot easier to see when the rain's coming down instead of just looking out on circuit. Because right now, if I looked at circuit and that wasn't there, I wouldn't be able to really tell, to be honest, apart from the little dots of rain on the actual screen. But on lap 12 here, I make a very bold call here, as you can see. I go straight into the pits, and I'm going on to the intermediates. Hamilton has stayed out. You know, Jeff's told me that it's far too early, but you know what? I'm going to make a gamble here, because you know what? let's, you know, just fuck it. Let's go. Let's go for a gamble. Let's go into the intermediates. Let's see what happens. I think we've broken a bit of our front wing there. Like, you can see it. Look, our nose. Our nose looks like a Mercedes 2014 car. I don't know where on earth that happened. But, yeah, moving on. So, we're on the intermediate tyres. We made a little bit of a gamble. Let's see if it pays off. If it does, then, you know, then we'll be called an absolute hero and a legend. But if it doesn't, well, maybe we might be called a muppet. So let's see what we can do with Button. Obviously, Button very well known for changeable conditions. On to lap 15 here, as we're in second place, into first at the moment. But then Hamilton, there he comes, just like a bullet out of the pit lane. So we haven't lost any time, but unfortunately we didn't gain any time. But that's fine, that's fine. We're right behind Hamilton, pretty much the same gap. You can see the track is now fully timed for intermediates as all the AI are in, and we're closing up right on Hamilton now through that chicane on lap 15. We're right behind him, so this is absolutely amazing to see that we are competitive here, and the rain is really helping us. Not going to lie, the rain is helping us so much. I don't think we would be this close on the dry conditions, but here on lap 16, Hamilton goes wide a little bit. I make a little cheeky little dive bomb and see what we can do, force him wide a little bit, but it's just no use. He has the traction, but he did go wide, so I thought, you know, why not? I'm locking up a little bit as well, so why don't we just go deep, try hit the apex and try and maybe stick it down the inside, but it just didn't work. So on to lap 17 now, right behind Hamilton again. He's really poor off that chicane. Our engine is overheating again, which is very weird because it's full wet conditions. But here on lap 17, we again go for a little cheeky dive bomb. This time we go even deeper into the corner and go even more side by side with Hamilton, but then we just don't have the traction there, losing the rear end, and Hamilton gets it back. So we are getting very, very close. We are getting very, very close. We got a lot closer that time, halfway up his side pod even, into that chicane, into that hairpin, sorry. I think that is where we're going to have to make the move. But on to lap 18 now, you can see Hamilton's actually got away from us a little bit because I've been struggling on this lap, and I think it's definitely time for the full wets. I think maybe Hamilton may be pitting up ahead. Jeff has been telling me that it's pretty much time to think about the full wet, so we are going to go into the pits. It looks like Hamilton, yep, there he is. He has gone in on the same lap, so no advantage or disadvantage to be gained here. We are just going to go on the same lap here. I think we also got a Ferrari there in the background coming to the pits. There he goes. That's Raikkonen, I believe. So Raikkonen in third place at the moment, doing the business over Sebastian Vettel in the Canadian Grand Prix. But look at the spray in the pit lane. So much. My pit crew does a good pit stop. We're in second place still, so no harm done. Not lost a position. And now Hamilton's right there. Raikkonen's right there. So we may have a three-way battle for first place. And I think, ooh, we just need to sort of force Hamilton into an error. I think that hairpin is definitely going to be the best place we can do it. Let's see, but we have a little bit of a tank slapper there as we exit that corner. And on lap 19, you can see I'm weaving around a lot there on the back straight, trying to get some temperature into these tyres. The tyres are actually feeling very, very cold. You know, it felt like I was driving on ice almost, so I was trying to weave around on the back straight there if you're wondering what on earth I was doing, trying to get some temperature in. I don't know if it worked or not, but hey-ho, I just thought it was kind of a mental thing. Maybe I need to weave my tyres. But as you can see through turn 2 here, we are closing up on him. We're getting a lot of oversteer through the exit, but we are gaining on him slowly. And onto lap 21 through the high-speed chicane, Hamilton going very slowly into the chicane. We're getting a very great exit going across the curbs there, and we've closed up right on Hamilton now. Third time lucky. Are we going to try a little dive bomb move once more? Third time lucky. Let's see. Down the inside, we've locked up on the right front tyre. We've gone very deep. Surely Hamilton's going to do a switchback move here. Our tyre's overheating a little bit, but no, Hamilton hasn't. And we're into first place of the Canadian Grand Prix. Hamilton has not done the switchback. I thought that would have been a for sure 10 out of 10 switchback move and getting the traction on us, but he's now coming back at us on the left-hand side. We're going to have to defend on the inside of the chicane. We have to turn in very early. I wanted to give him enough room there, so we have cut the chicane a little bit there on the inside line, but I wanted to make sure I gave him enough room. But we have got first place in the Canadian Grand Prix. Who would have thought? Third time lucky, I said, into this chicane. Look at that. We lock up so hard on the front right tyre. And here we go so wide. I thought for sure Hamilton would have got us on the switchback. He would have just got a much kind of better line, kind of crossed the actual normal racing line, got a bit better grip, because of course in the wet conditions, off the racing line is actually a bit more grippy sometimes if you kind of cut across the racing line. And here I go so wide with a lock up there on the slow-mo. Hamilton here, you can just see he pops up. He has done the switchback on us, but then look, he kind of drifts towards the left-hand side of the circuit. So it's almost like he kind of put on the power a bit too early there for once. The AI making a mistake on the power, put power on the exit of the corner, and Hamilton has just shot himself in the foot. He could have easily got us on traction there. And so onto lap 33, onto lap 34, we're in first place still, and Hamilton and Raikkonen, it looks like they may actually be struggling here, because it looks like they can't keep up with us. They're about 1 second behind us, but we're keeping the gap since that lap. So it's been an absolutely mind-blowing end to this race. Somehow we've made that move stick. I really think we did, because we tried it twice with the intermediate tyres and it just wasn't working because Hamilton just had superior traction. But here in the wet conditions, full wet conditions, oh boy, we have done the wonders again, like 2011 in Canada for Jenson Button overtaking Vettel in the tricky conditions right at the end. We have done the business here. May not be right at the end of the Grand Prix, but towards the end of the race, we have done the business here on Hamilton. And through to the last lap of the Grand Prix, you can see Hamilton and Raikkonen have dived into the pits, actually. Jeff's telling me it's time for intermediate conditions, but I just thought there's no point. I mean, we've got 1 lap left. I'll just go out on the wet tyres, stick out, kind of, you can see I'm going quite slowly here through these corners, but there's just no use sticking onto the intermediates. So Hamilton and Raikkonen have just solidified my win because they're onto the intermediates. They're 20 seconds back now by now. Of course, they'll be catching us, but not enough, because right now, we're on the back straight, and guys, I cannot actually believe we're saying this, but I'm going to get 2 wins in this McLaren Honda, and it's going to be 2 wins in a row. We have won the Canadian Grand Prix with Jenson Button. It's just a match made in heaven.
Guys, that was a hell of a race. Fantastic win. We deserve that for the race we've had, so thank you guys so much.
After a perfect day of racing, it was Jenson Button who finished on top to take the win at today's Grand Prix. The McLaren garage were ecstatic with the result, and I expect them to be celebrating this one for a few hours yet.
Yes, definitely. It was a brilliant race, and one that you can tell the fans really enjoyed.
There'll be plenty more twists and turns to come this season. I hope you can join us at the next race to see just who will come out on top.
What a crazy afternoon of racing, and we have won the Canadian Grand Prix. Kimi Raikkonen just got Hamilton at the end, I think, and he's got 2nd place. So the Iceman has done the job right at the end, and Hamilton has cracked even more, and he's gone down to 3rd from pole position. Rosberg stays put in 4th, but I don't care. We have won. That's the only thing I care about, and I'm lost for words. We've won 2 races in the McLaren Honda on Legend AI, and we won at Canada of all places. I put a post out on Instagram yesterday. It was a nice little shot of Jenson Button at 2011 when he was crossing the line, and I said in the Instagram post, JB, great race for 2011. Can it be another one for this one at the Canadian Grand Prix? And oh boy, it was. We have won the Canadian Grand Prix in 2015 for McLaren Honda. That is just amazing, amazing. If you guys did enjoy that episode, smash that like button, guys. It'd be absolutely awesome. We can try and get 3,000 likes for our 2nd win in a row in McLaren Honda and a win at Canada, the iconic circuit for Jenson Button. That's awesome. Comment below what you thought. If you're new around here, then do subscribe for daily Formula 1 content. But that is great. 25 points in the bag. Hamilton loses some points. And at the moment, you must say, we are doing very, very well. I mean, I didn't think we would be doing this well, to be honest. You know, coming from the first 4 races, the car wasn't amazing. I mean, Australia did pretty well. Malaysia was pretty good. Then China and Bahrain were awful races in terms of the feeling of the car. But, you know, it's just feeling great. And here's confirmation once more. If anyone was doubting, Legend AI there, I'm human, and that is awesome. And right now, we're on 83 points. So my objective was 100 points by the end of the season. We're already on 83. We're definitely going to overtake that. And right now, we're in the top 4 in the Drive Championship. That is just awesome, awesome stuff. And we've overtaken Red Bull now in the Constructors, which is what I wanted to do as well. So that's absolutely freaking amazing. So, yeah, that's the end of the episode, guys. Again, if you did enjoy, give it a like. Comment below what you thought. If you're new around here, then do subscribe for daily Formula 1 content. I've been over. Hope you enjoy the rest of the day, and I'll see you guys next time.